Hello everyone, my name is Tarek Crosby. Excuse my little script here. I've been buying skateboards on and off for like the last 6 years, electric skateboards. I had a Meepo, I had a second Meepo, and then I had a third Meepo. One of them I rode 6,000 kilometers on before I even had to take the hubs off. The hubs were literally chipping off of that board before I changed them out. I was wanting to buy a board earlier this month because I had a little bit of cash to buy a board. First time in a while that I was comfortable enough to do so. I looked all over eBay, didn't find any Meepos nobody wanted to sell me one in Canada for some reason. So couldn't find someone who was willing to sell one to me in Canada. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna look on all of the actual brands, see if they have a deal. Maybe there's a deal that I'm missing, you know? So I looked over every single one, and then I went to Maxfind, which I'm very much regretting now. Lesson learned is that you don't buy the cheap stuff. There's no reason for it. Even if it's a known brand, still just buy the stuff that's good. Save up a little longer and get the better stuff. That's what I learned. So that's where we're at now. So I bought the board on June 3rd for $513. If you go on their website, they still haven't changed it. The board, the Cyber Mini, the base model, advertises at 35 to 60 kilometers range. So I was like, that's better than Meepo's best board. Like sweet, why not? I'll try that out. So anyways, they're advertising that, and they're also advertising up to 50 kilometers speed, which is not true either. So anyway, I ordered the board on June 3rd, and I got it on June 9th it arrived. So it arrived super quick, painless, quick. Like there's no arguing about, hey, when it's gonna be here. It just got here awesomely quick. I was so excited. Obviously right away, I haven't rode in a while, I charged my board up right away. I go for a ride, probably 2 hours after it's fully charged. And I started recording. I recorded my, you can get apps or whatever to show how good the range is or whatever run that you're going on, and you can change it to skateboarding. So I just put it on skateboarding for the thing. And my top speed was, I think, 25 kilometers or something, which is not 50. And then my range was at 4 kilometers. I got a notification saying 25% warning. So I did a full range test. They advertised a 60 kilometer range board. I got a 6 kilometer range board. So that's obviously not okay, as is. So I messaged them on Facebook, on their Facebook page, which is where I originally asked them questions about it. And he said, yeah, no, you bought the wrong board. And then I went for a couple more rides before I was gonna respond again. And before I even got to respond to them, the board was defective. The back hub wheel entirely separated from the motor. So now I have if I wanted to take it out for a ride, it was riding on one side perfectly fine, but the other one is over and over again. So I'm just like, you can't ride like that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, what was the thought process at that point. So I reached out to them and I said, hey, like, you guys can't lie about your specs. That's crazy. This is 1/10 of the board that you guys are advertising. And they responded back to me, and I also let them know that it was defective or whatever, and they responded back to me the next day, and they said, I'm just paraphrasing, but what they said was, this is user error and does not get covered by our warranty. This was your fault, and normally we wouldn't help you in this situation, but if you send the board back, we will help you and we'll get you another one. Blah, blah, something like that. And I was like, I don't even want this thing. Now you guys are lying about the specs are not enough. I wanted a board that had 60 kilometers range. So I'm like, no, I'm just gonna get my money back. Like, what are you talking about? And then this guy says to me, you are a fraudster, and we will, if you continue to accuse us of false advertisement, we will blacklist you, and you will never be able to buy a board from anyone ever again. I'm like, that's crazy. I responded back with like, pardon me, what did you say? I'm literally trying to be helped with the board that I paid for. And then that person blocked me on their Facebook page. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go look for their support line. I'm gonna message their actual email support line. So I did that. Seconds later, I emailed the guy and I said, hey, what's going on? Your guy just told me that he knows he sent me a defective board, but now I'm a fraudster for wanting my board to be what I paid for and to get the specs that was advertised. And he's like, immediately, this guy's name's Kevin apparently, he says, he told me, I'm so sorry for that person's behavior. You know what we're gonna do? Because the wrong board was purchased, but I do understand what you're saying, that the specs are advertised there, that it's supposed to be much more, we're gonna give you a direct upgrade for free to the best CyberX model that we sell. And that will be exactly what you need for your travel, right? My cat's scratching at the door, give me 1 sec. Stop it, don't do that. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, so I obviously have proof of all of these emails, and I say, okay, so you're gonna give me the CyberX, whatever, that's great. How do I go about getting that new board or whatever? Like, what's the next step? He says, you know what, I'll tell you what. You keep that other board, don't worry about it. We're going to have tracking ready for you on Tuesday. And I think that message that I got, that was either Saturday or Sunday that he said that. So by Tuesday, you will have tracking ready for your new board and you don't have to send the other one back. So I'm like, okay, that's like, it's lame that they did that. That's horrible, but at least somebody here is helping me, you know? Okay, so that's good. That's good that we're getting somewhere. So that happens, and then he says, check back with me on Tuesday, we'll go from there. So I give him all the patience, I give him all the grace. This guy's been so kind to me. He apologized for the other guy. He's super communicative. We're totally understanding what each other is saying, and he says, yeah, just check back. So I check back on Tuesday, and I get an entirely different response. The guy says, we are no longer willing to offer you the free upgrade. I'm like, what do you mean? You literally told me I would have tracking ready for Tuesday. And he says, we need to raise this to the next degree to talk to our higher ups, so we will not be able to have tracking ready for you until next Wednesday. It's not okay. I paid for this board. You already gave me your word you're gonna fix it. You already took accountability that your false advertisement and that you're sending out defective boards. The wheel flew off of the board. It could literally you could kill someone with that, you know? And they just don't care, you know? So today is Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday. Tuesday 2 days ago was when I was supposed to have tracking for my new board that they were gonna send me, which they're not gonna send me now apparently. I have the emails which they said, your new board will be sent out by Tuesday and you don't need to send back the other one, whatever. So I'm like, cool, that'll be good. And then now what they're saying is you have to send back the other board, and once we've done an assessment of the board, we will send you the other one. And what? These are the most dishonest people I've ever experienced business, you know what I mean? So it's like, how am I just gonna send you the board back when you're already saying you're not willing to give me a refund and you're lying every chance you get? So I don't know what to do in this situation. I probably have to contact some lawyers, but if anyone has any suggestions or has dealt with Maxfind themselves, I would very much appreciate if you could give me some advice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very unsure what to do. I'm gonna go grab the board. I'll show you guys the board, but this is the guy right here. This is the wheel that's not messed up. The other one is literally, you can see space on it. If you ride it for more than 5 minutes, it gets so hot it just kicks the wheel off. So I can't use this. I paid $500 for a paperweight, and now I have to, I don't know, go to small claims court to get my money back. And now I have, what a joke, you know? So I do not feel comfortable sending them that board when they already told me, we're gonna send you a new one because we made a mistake. They've acknowledged that this thing is defective. They've acknowledged that it was lied. They lied about the specs, and they haven't changed their website. It's still, go check their website. If you click on every option, it advertises for 60-kilometer range. that's illegal. So, yeah, anyways, that's my rant. If anyone has any advice, I appreciate you guys. Have a great day.